Stop talking about Trump. Oh my goodness. So I just finished watching Kamala Harris's CNN town hall. They tried invited Trump declined. Nevertheless, I saw it and I don't think it was bad, but I also don't think it was good. Me not being an undecided voter, and also who's an undecided voter 2 weeks out from an election, okay? I get maybe a month, 2 months, but 2 weeks out from election, sure, whatever. Nevertheless, I'm speaking from someone who's already decided. And having watched this, I don't know if this is gonna push the needle forward. I personally don't think so. So when it comes to Kamala, there is an unfair standard. And what I mean by that is that 9 out of 10 people will go with the no versus the vaguely better. And I think that is where she is in this election personally. What I mean by that, even though Trump may be, for immunity for all officers from prosecution, he may be, trying to remove black history, a litany of things, okay? A litany of things that people may find unfavorable, but they know that's who he is. They know that no matter what story comes out, Trump, assaulted this person, yada, yada, that's Trump. Yeah, it makes sense. That's who he is. So there's very little that can impact his trajectory, okay? Unless there's something that comes out, an October surprise that's just a bombshell. I haven't seen that, okay? I don't think John Kelly, story and everything, I don't think that's going to be it. Could be wrong, but me personally, I don't think that's the case. He is a package deal, whereas Kamala just seems to be vaguely, better. When it comes to policy, well, I have a policy for, parents, we're going to do small businesses. It's like, okay, well, how's this going to work? When it comes to the border, well, I have a policy, we're going to do the bill and everything. I think a lot of that comes off as just vaguely better. When people have a decision, when it comes to something that they know that is harmful to them, okay? Mind you, we see this even with relationships, that you'll have a girl go back to an abusive ex rather than go on with someone who may be vaguely better than him. In this town hall, I don't think there is any question that she completely, got horrible besides the immigration question. I'll get to that. But first things first, when it comes to, Anderson Cooper asking her, hey, do you believe that, Trump is a fascist?
You've quoted General Milley calling Donald Trump a fascist. You yourself have not used that word to describe him. Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this
don't care, still don't care.
I don't know about you, but for me, I would argue that the majority of the American people don't even know what a fascist is. So when we throw around these terms like fascist, racist, Marxist, communist, this sounds more of like Trump's playbook. She's a Marxist, communist, okay? That's what she wants. She's for communism, socialist. Most people don't know what that is. All they know is word bad. That's it. So when you throw around fascists and things like that, I don't know who that's going to. It may go towards the undecided voter, but I think it's better if she stops talking about Trump and start talking about what she's going to do. That is her biggest issue in this town hall for me, is that she kept rerouting to Trump. Nobody cares about Trump. If somebody is undecided, they are undecided. They don't need to know how bad Trump is or what Trump's going to do. We want to know what you are going to do. I don't know. For me, it goes in one ear and out the other because those words don't hold any weight. Another thing that I thought was absolutely crazy in Anderson Cooper asking was that who is going to be more pro-Israel?
He has said that he's casting himself as a protector of Israel. Do you believe you would be more pro-Israel than Donald Trump?
What? I'm sorry. What? We're in America. She's running for the president of the United States, not for the president of Tel Aviv, not for the president of Israel, not for the president of Gaza, for the United States of America. For Anderson Cooper to ask who is going to be more pro-Israel is wild to me. One issue that she's got to tackle is this word salad. I've seen, her, previous interviews and stuff like that, and she tends to ramble, but it's gotten worse. And the word salad, 9 out of 10 goes back to Trump. And it's nothing that we haven't heard before. Yes, orange man bad. That's what you can sum up all of this as orange man bad. And this is better exemplified by the question she was posed regarding the Supreme Court. Hey, are you willing to add 12 justices, to even out the Supreme Court?
With the Supreme Court being plagued with issues, would you be in favor of expanding the court to say 12 so each justice has only one circuit court other than Chief Justice to assist in making judgments more balanced?
And her answer essentially was, I'll look into it. There has to be some reform. That's it.
So I do believe that there should be some kind of reform of the court, and we can study what that actually looks like.
But guess what she added on? All of this word salad about Trump this and Trump is going to do this and this is what Trump has done.
And on one hand, you have in Donald Trump someone who has increasingly proved himself to be
Don't care, still don't care. I don't care.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I don't care. Tell me why, what type of looking into, what does that mean? Tell me what type of reform that you would present, that you would like to get forward. Okay, how difficult is that? I don't care about what Trump has done. Oh, Trump has gotten in this and what Trump would do, he would use the Supreme Court and all that. That does not tell me about you. Her energy and focus is so much on Trump that she's now using Trump, which is overshadowing her. If Trump talks about Trump and you talk about Trump, who's talking about Kamala? Huh? Tell me, who? Who's talking about Kamala in a favorable light if you yourself aren't even talking about Kamala in a favorable light? Trump's not going to talk about you in a favorable light. So what are we talking about? It's the only person to lose this election is Kamala. This is her election to lose. Just so we're clear. So I hope she addresses this moving forward. She needs to focus on her. What is her plan? What is her solution? Now, one question that I think she completely bombed, utterly failed to answer, and that was the question of immigration. You had this person who was asking about, hey, when it comes to immigration, what's your plan for immigration? How are we going to make sure they assimilate? How much is it going to cost the taxpayers?
Thank you for taking the time to be here too, Vice President
You too,
Harris.
thank you.
Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American society safely? What benefits and subsidies will you provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
And she doesn't answer anything. All she says is the system is broken and that, once again, Trump failed to sign the border bill that would have helped, yada.
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this. America's immigration system is broken and it needs to be fixed. And it's been broken for a long time. And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you, I'm the only person in this race among the two choices that voters have. I've personally prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
Don't care, still don't care.
Doesn't answer the question. And luckily, I'm surprised, Anderson Cooper calls her out of this.
Let me ask you about that. You talk about the bill that Donald Trump quashed, that was in 2024. You talk about the bill he tried to get passed in 2021. That wasn't able to get passed. 2022, 2023, there were record border crossings. Your administration took hundreds of executive actions. It didn't stem the flow. Numbers kept going up. Finally, in 2024, just in June, 3 weeks before the first presidential debate with Joe Biden, you institute executive actions that had a dramatic impact, really shut down people crossing over. Why didn't your administration do that in 2022, 2023?
He's out of line, but he's right.
She doesn't answer the question. Well, I think what we need to understand is that we were trying to wait for Congress. And he was like, can't both things be done? Can't you sign an executive order while waiting for Congress?
Illegal immigration.
But if it was that easy with that
finish.
executive action, why not do it in 2022, 2023?
Because we were working with Congress and hoping that actually we could have a long-term fix to the problem instead of a short-term fix.
You couldn't have done one and both at the same time?
Well, here's the thing.
And then she goes into this word salad. When you get questions like that and you don't have a good answer, that makes her look incompetent. That makes her look bad, in a poor light. Then he follows it up with the border wall, where it's like, hey, you're for a bill that includes funding to the border wall. She goes around this freaking word salad to get to the point of, well, I think how he did it was bad, Okay, as I explained, when it comes to Mexico paying for the wall and stuff like that, listen, you lead with that then. Okay, you lead with, I think how he enacted his border policies for the wall was inept. I think it was incompetent. What I would have done differently is this. But you don't answer the question is, let me tell you, okay, you remember when he was saying Mexico was going to pay for the wall?
Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't.
What does that have to do with you as far as agreeing with funding the wall? What does that have to do with anything?
But you're agreeing to a bill
on.
that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I pledge that I am going to bring forward that bipartisan bill.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything.
She has got to stay focused. She's got to figure out ways to answer the question. Answer the question first, and then go off into your rambling, okay? By all means, but give us something to chew on. This is nothing but fact, okay? You can't sustain yourself via fact. This is foolishness. There has to be some meat on the bone. I saw this town hall. It was really irritating here and there. Because I think she didn't completely bomb or anything, but it wasn't what I feel that she is capable of or what she needs to present. It's as simple as that. So it's not really the message, it's the messenger, I would argue. That she can have great policies. She can have great plans. But how she articulates these plans, how she articulates her future for the country, it gets just lost in translation. And she's got to work on that. It's crazy how she would throw this election just due to her not being able to resonate with the American people, without being able to answer certain questions effectively. That's how I view it. She needs to work on that. Do I think she's still going to win? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, yeah, she may be, mush-mouthed with certain things, but far superior, far better than Trump and his concept of plans. That's what I think. But we'll find out. And I think I very much believe I'm going to be right. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lucas, you're too harsh on her. She's doing just fine, okay? I don't know what town hall you saw, but I think she knocked it out of the park. Or if you don't believe, I think there are people who are overly excited for both candidates, where it's going to be a landslide for Trump or it's going to be a landslide for Kamala. And I think when we look at, the polls, when we look at the data, that it's close. Now, can there be a breakout? 100%. But there can also be a complete, utter, implosion. So that's also what I don't want to happen. And, there's no reason for it to be this close. If she would just fine-tune little things here and there, it would be game over, okay? More than it already is. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days. You know where to find me. Friday to Sunday, call in, we'll duke it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think of the town hall if you saw it. And subscribe, hit that subscribe button and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Do you believe you would be more pro-Israel than Donald Trump?